Hey you guys, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have the Zoya Seashells Summer 2016. This is the Pixie Dust line of the two-part summer collection. I will have these summer creams up soon. I'll link it down below as soon as I do. I will have comparisons between some similar colors of Pixie Dust. These are available right now at Zoya.com. I'll link that down below as well. These were sent to me for review and I'll get right into the swatches. First up is Linz, and Linz is described as a cherry red textured pixie dust with red and fuchsia glitter to mimic the look of maraschino cherries dipped in sugar. So this one did lean a tiny bit corally or pink for me. I'll show you some comparisons real quick. So this is Linz when compared to Zoe. This is the pink tone pixie dust that also comes in the same Seashells collection. So these are totally not similar at all. I'll also compare it to China. This is the deep red. I think it's one of the original pixie dust. So those are completely different as well. Next, I'll compare it to Oswin. And there you can see they have sort of the same fuchsia tones. And here is a quick comparison with Miranda. So I think these are probably the most similar. I think Miranda has more of a silver tone to it though and is a little bit darker. And Linz leans a little bit more red. So here is a brush shot. And I'll show you how Linz swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Linz. This one is pretty opaque. It goes on kind of gritty. If you've never used the pixie dust before, they are really textured. They have a fine glitter. I love them. So there I dipped my brush again. So this ends up being a bit of a thicker coat, but this was totally a one coater for me. If you want to do a thinner coat, you may need two. Really pigmented and pretty. This one, when it dried down a tiny bit glossy as well. It's still really textured. So here is a look at the finished mani without top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight, again without top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle. If you're interested in seeing how it looks with top coat, I have that available on my blog. So next up is Zoe. Zoe is described as a classic pink textured pixie dust laced with a fine thread of gold and medium-sized holographic hexes. So this is kind of a cross between the traditional pixie and the magic pixies with the larger holographic hexes. I really like this in between. I'll show you some quick comparisons. So this is Zoe on the left here and Miranda on the right. Here it is up against Guinea or Jenny. This is another one of the magic pixie dust, so you can see the difference in holographic glitter sizes. So next up here is a brush shot. You can really see all that gold shimmer. And I'll show you how Zoe swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Zoe on my natural nail. This one starts out a little bit sheer, but it really packs on that gold shimmer. You also get a good mix of the holographic hexes. So this is really pretty. I really enjoyed this one. I am going to let it dry and come back in for a second coat. Here is the second coat of Zoe. You can see there what it looks like when it dries down matte. Has tons of gold shimmer. This one was really flattering on me. And two coats is going to bring it completely opaque. Here's a look at the completed mani without top coat. Here it is at an angle in direct sunlight, again without top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle. Next up is Levi, and Levi is described as a beige gold textured pixie dust with medium holographic hex glitter. They said this shade was designed to update a classic neutral pixie with a little more glam. So I'm thinking that they updated Zoya's Tomoko, which is really a fan favorite. I'll show you a short comparison here. It looks like Tomoko may be a little bit more cool toned and Levi is a little bit more warm toned though. Both really pretty. I'll also show you a quick comparison between Solange. Solange is one of my favorite Zoya Pixies, but it is a lot warmer and a lot brighter. Here's a quick look at Bar against Levi. So you can see there they have the larger hexes in Bar. So I'll show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how Levi swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Levi. This one has pretty good coverage. I would say that it's a one coater. I did do two, I think, today. I can just barely make out my nail line. I did somewhat of a thin coat here too, so if you wanted to do a thicker coat, it would definitely be opaque in one. So we'll let this dry and then come back in for another coat. So here is the second coat of Levi. And this is going to build up that holographic shine just a little bit and bring it completely opaque for me. Here is a look at the completed mani without top coat. I really love this one too. Somehow these all looked mermaidy to me. So here is a view in direct sunlight without top coat once more. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle. So next up is SiSi. SiSi is described as a full impact green textured pixie dust with a thin vein of gold creating a fizzy lemon lime effect. So this is like a grass green with a really pretty gold shimmer in it. I'll show you some quick comparisons between the green pixie dust that I have. So this is Cheetah here. Cheetah is much darker and also has silver shimmer in it. Here it is up against Vespa. So once again, Vespa is totally cool toned with silver shimmer. Next up, I have a comparison with Stacy, and Stacy is not a pixie dust, but these are very similar in color tone. So if you like Stacy, then you'll probably really like SiSi. Here is a brush shot. And I'll show you how SiSi swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of SiSi. This is one of the more sheer ones. It seems like the gold tone ones go on in two coats. So I can definitely still see my nail line there. It went on really easy though, so I will let it dry and come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat of SiSi, and this is going to bring it completely opaque for me. Here is a look at the completed mani without top coat. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle. So next up is Bay, and Bay is described as a sky blue textured pixie dust with fine silver and gold glitter creating a dreamy effect. I'll show you some quick comparisons here with the blues that I do have. This is Zoya's NYX. Zoya's NYX is a little bit more denim or cornflower blue, and it only has the silver shimmer. Here's a quick comparison between Zoya Sunshine, which is definitely a bit deeper, and again it only has that silver shimmer. Here it is up against Zoya's Vega. So again, completely different. And Zoya's Liberty was like way darker. So here is a brush shot. You can see all that gold shimmer. And I'll show you how it's swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Bay. Again, this one is a little bit on the sheer side. It goes on really evenly and smoothly though. No fishing, no pulling, anything like that. I will let it dry and come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat of Bay. I did a little bit thicker of a second coat. I think if you did another thin coat, you may need 3 coats of this one. I think at 2 for me, I can just barely make out my nail line. So here's a look at the completed mani without top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight. This one was super sparkly. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle. So lastly, I have Zoya's Tilly, and Zoya's Tilly is described as a starry gray textured pixie dust with a small holographic glitter interwoven with a darker gunmetal. So I got a little bit of a lavender tone from this one as well. I'll show you some quick comparisons here. Here it is up against Zoya's Stevie. Maybe it's a little bit more blue toned. It is very cool toned with a lot of hollow micro glitter running throughout. I don't think those are hexes. I think that's more of a micro glitter size. Here it is up against Zoya's Cosmo, which is a silver holographic. That's one of my favorites too. I love all the pixies. I don't know who I'm kidding. And next up is a look against Zoya's Luxe. So Zoya's Luxe leans a little bit towards the pink side. So there you can see sort of the purple pool. I'll show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how Tilly swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Tilly. This one goes on a little bit sheer, but it builds up really quickly. I feel like if you did a thicker coat, you could maybe get away with 1. I will let this dry and come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat of Tilly, and this is going to bring it completely opaque for me. This reminds me almost of pewter on the nail, like pewter plus holographic. Really pretty, really unique also. Here's a look at the completed mani without top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight. My camera did not want to focus on all that shimmer. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle. So that rounds out my swatch and review of the Seashell collection. If you'd like to see how they look with top coat or more photos, including macros, you can head over to my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com or follow me on Instagram. I will have the Sunsets collection up ASAP. If you're interested in seeing a live swatch of some of these similar colors in pixie dust, please let me know down below and I'll see about doing that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.